Good morning. It's a new day. It's the next day from when I last recorded. And I am feeling much better than I was yesterday and our chat that we had yesterday. I'm sorry about the shakiness of being in my car, but as you know, if you're not new here, or you'll see when you go through my other vlogging videos, vlogging in my car for combos, it is a lot easier. Double tasking. So, last night, the conversation we had, I basically had the same conversation with Muka after we had dinner, and kind of vented to him of everything I was feeling and to get his advice. I felt like I knew what I needed to do to make today feel better, but he is somebody who, through being married to him and living with him, I really admire and look up to because of how successful his daily schedules are. He seems to usually always get the things that matter most done, and I've never seen him get to the point where he lets overwhelm take over him, or he ever gets to the point of feeling like he just wants to give up and not do any of it because he's so overwhelmed. And I don't know how he's that way, because I am not, but I'm grateful because it always serves as a reminder for me. And when we become parents one day, I'm grateful that they will have the example of their dad. I mean, they'll have a great mom. But yeah, anyway. So what I collected myself of thinking, and it was confirmed when talking to Muka and what works for him, is I knew that my success of today would start and be influenced by the success of my prep last night for today and for my start this morning. And so I started, ideally I should have started at 9 o'clock prepping for today last night, but our conversation ran till 9:30. So anyways, I prepared last night by getting my lunch and stuff packed for today, my healthy food, so I could stay on track and feel good. That was all packed last night. And then I also did my nighttime routine, which when I do that, always I feel sets me up for a better night's rest. And so I did that and then was in bed by 10 o'clock. I didn't sleep till maybe 11. But either way, anyways, I was able to get myself up earlier today, an hour and a half earlier than usual, to make myself a breakfast and to get some studying done, some coach studying done for my workshop next week. And let me tell you, by doing those things, I've done that system before, and it's something that when I asked Muka, what is it that helps you to not feel overwhelmed and to not get in your thoughts of just being burnt out, that you just want to quit it all. You don't want to do anything. You just want to chill and go through the bare minimum of motions. And he just said he trusts his systems. He's stuck to a set system for long enough that he knows it works. So even if specific results he's looking for at the time haven't come yet, he trusts his system enough to know that it's coming eventually. And period to that. And for myself, I know a system that feels good and that always brings positive results. And that is typically a structured nighttime and morning routine of starting to get ready for bed and prepare for the next day earlier in my evening. Less screen time on my phone or TV, and then waking up at a reasonable time. Like, I'm not even saying early in the type of like, I don't get up at 4 or 5 a.m., but getting up at least an hour before I need to leave the house for work, to give me time to like have a nice breakfast that fills my body, not with like sugars and things that are gonna keep me craving, but things that make me feel like nourished and fed. And then also on top of that, personal study. Another thing Muka talked about was how with his work in his business that he has and runs from home, he's found that doing that work first thing in the morning after he's gotten up and washed up, he feels like there's more inspiration that comes in doing that because his mind is fresh and clean from the night's rest. And so it helps him to be more open to inspiration and a flow of that. And I totally agree. And I found that last month when I did like a challenge of a full week of sticking to a missionary schedule. I ended up shifting my morning routine from doing a workout first thing in the morning to doing personal study first and then the workout. And I found that my personal study was a lot more like deep and amazing when I did that first, because my mind was fresh as well. I feel like throughout the day we take in so much information through all the media that we consume, whether it's books or TV or music, conversations, social media. All of those things influence the state of our mind. And so when I'm expecting myself at the end of the day to get like this coaching curriculum and material together, I could see how it's a lot harder for me to do so because of how full my mind is. Whereas when I do it first thing in the morning, it's easier with that blank slate. Does that make sense? So anyways, I did that this morning, and while I was getting ready even, I feel like inspiration started to flow that I've been waiting to get for my coaching material. And so I even had to sit down at my desk and start writing that down, organizing my thoughts before I even did breakfast, because I had to act on and write down that inspiration immediately because it felt good. And that's what I've been waiting for. So because of that, and then also having another mini chat with Muka, I ended up just packing my breakfast to eat once I get to work. But I'm not having a frantic, rushed morning. I was able to take time to get myself ready and feel cute, because that automatically makes me feel more successful and like I'm gonna have a better day. I'm gonna be on time to work, which if you know on that. But yeah, so I just wanted to get on and share that, hoping it'll maybe help someone out there that you've been feeling in a rut, or you've just been having like some off days. this is what's worked for me. And if it's something you try and it doesn't work for you, that's not your life and how it feels. It's not a one size fits all. There's not a set model that's going to work for one person and that exact thing is going to work for another. So I would just challenge you to sit and really reflect on what things do make you feel good and inspired, and try to implement those actions into your morning and night routines, because I know that they make a huge difference. Yikes. I don't know if I cut that truck off or what. So, yeah, that's all. I'm feeling better today, and we'll see how the rest of the day goes.